Isn't that true?
What?
About why are major labels signing up indie bands? Is it not detrimental to?
It doesn't make sense.
Well,
It doesn't.
Make sense anymore, does it?
An indie band is. I'm going through.
Yeah, you
An
come
indie
and
band.
sit and talk to the camera.
One time quickly. The indie band. I thought it meant independence. We're going on the majors, right?
You all have to talk in this microphone.
Hello.
Yeah. So, well, it's just more the fact that there's no commercialism anymore, is there? So, the longevity is pretty much completely diminished from the whole aspect of it. So it just kind of seems like a futile position to be in.
Yeah. Yeah, beardy man.
I say that. Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
What he said, definitely.
You agree with that, wouldn't you?
110%.
There we go.
Is it then a question of creative control, or?
Well, not just creative
No.
control, but I think also the demand that you want from an indie band, because obviously any type of guitar music, obviously
Takes a while to
well,
grow.
yeah, exactly. There's because it's the band that's doing it essentially. There's no sort of count on time of what they can produce. Sometimes it has to be a year or 2 years. The demand for it is too intense for them to actually produce the actual product in that amount of time.
Sometimes it works, but I can't really think of one where it really does work.
At the moment, because it's so, the music now is there's so much of it, and it's so out there that it's very hard to try and create something interesting within a short amount of time. So I think people do need the creative control, but it's something that
They need the time.
they need time. Yeah, it's more not about the
importantly.
control, but exactly about the time. And often with major labels, you're not offered the time. It's very
about
much
a year and a half.
Yeah, it's demanding,
And
isn't it?
some
You're
money.
very much under their control rather than your own space of time, which
An
can
energy
often,
company's control.
yeah, pretty much. So yeah, that's our opinion.
Well, then I can imagine that you were given ample time to do your. Own.
We were given as much time as we wanted. But that's the great thing, you know.
Wanted to put it
We
out
signed
there.
for a fee that was large enough that we could all go to the cash point with Jeff and Jeanette, and they drew us out our
Good money.
250 quid each, didn't we?
I got 300.
Yeah,
Why did you get 300?
because
Just because
he was chatting them all up.
To fund his drug habit.
Yeah.
Whatever, basically.
And yeah, you know, so we just went to the cash point and drew the money, and that was it.
And we haven't heard from them since,
No.
actually.
We see them around, but
Yeah, I think we're going to speak to them next month for the first time in a year. Should be interesting.
Okay, well, you're officially the best band in Britain. How does that feel?
Is that official?
Well, according to the enemy.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I
fine, yeah.
We pay those guys. Right?
yeah, what?
That's where all our money went.
But
So
I do imagine that it does something to you, right? Something if they come out with something like that.
I think it does something for them.
Yeah, it doesn't really do much for us. I mean, it helped us sell tickets on that.
It was,
So-
it was an
a lot
instant
because it was
interest,
voted for by the public,
wasn't it?
and we didn't think that.
Oh,
the public
that
thought they
one,
were-
yeah.
It was nice.
Well,
to,
oh, you're talking about the award?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
the
now
award.
that's a special
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
The awards
that's
are special.
different,
Now that's a different
Alright.
thing, you know,
The
because
best thing is like
that
there were loads of great songs. It was hard to put it down to one.
no,
Also,
but
the other bands there are much more established. Which
no,
is,
that was very. You
which
can
is
only
a nice
win that
feeling.
award once, you know, and that's the only. Because as a kid, I used to, you know, that was the one that you'd always look out for and say, who's won this, you know, who's done that, and
who did this?
who did this, and it's like the entourage of bands that before us won. So it's like it's nice to be cemented with that spot, and it gave our manager
But you
some
can only win it
kind
once as well.
of some kind of silverware that he needed.
Can't win it next year.
And whose house is it going to be in?
It's in our manager's.
Oh yeah. The
There was actually a fight over that.
Yeah, the label and our manager
Rough trade around then.
had a bit of a scuffle.
Saw Jeff and Jeanette then. No, they've been good to us.
Milo, he used his size.
Yeah.
But it's also an award that has been won by the Arctic Monkeys and Oasis before, and those are two
Great
big
names,
names, and
man.
they have influenced British culture or youth culture
Yeah.
tremendously. So is that something you are working towards as well, or it doesn't?
I don't think.
Yeah, one day.
Hopefully.
One day, hopefully, you know, if we work hard. we
I think
might.
if you spend too much time working and stuff like that, you forget about what you're really doing.
Yeah. So, which is having fun.
Making music,
Yeah.
doing what you got to do.
Well, I read somewhere that you approach touring as not trying to get lost, but getting lost in each city that you're in. Can you elaborate a bit on that? What do you mean by that?
Well, basically, you're in the van and you go off.
Can you give me a
There's a rule. If
second?
you go out looking for somewhere, you can't come back the
They
same
went,
way.
okay.
You're not allowed to take the same road back. So then you see the city. It's because obviously you turn up somewhere and it's like you play a gig and you go. You've only got like
What was the question?
time before. Exploration of the cities and tours on our tours.
By the way, I'm doing really well into you guys. You
It's
know,
fine, we've
We're
picked it up.
amazing. We got.
you have. It has
Look at my
picked up.
moustache.
Has picked up some energy, I must say.
Okay.
Keep going. This is a serious interview, by the way.
I know, we were just talking about
I know.
exploring.
Exploration. Tell them what you did
We spent flipping hours last night looking for
for a
food
Chinese
in
restaurant.
Rotterdam.
Yeah,
Bloody
that wasn't
hell.
easy. That wasn't.
Very far apart.
But it's that kind of thing. We like to explore these cities.
Saw the docks. Docks are
The docks are
only
great.
time I've
in
seen
Rotterdam,
fairy lights
yeah.
at a dock. Fantastic.
Well, you're at Pinkpop this summer. Had you heard about Pinkpop before being booked there?
I had.
I haven't actually.
I have. I'm very excited.
What were your thoughts on it before?
I think it's great. They always have those things on YouTube, don't they? Like
What's this?
it's a festival.
Oh,
Frimbong or Ping Pong?
Pinkpop.
Ping Pong.
Pinkpop.
Oh, Ping
Pinkpop.
Pong. Ping Pop.
I
Think
think
of-
I
Oh,
think
shit!
I remember
Yeah.
seeing 16 horsepower do something on there. Did 16 horsepower play one year? Yeah.
It's just,
Anyway,
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah,
footage
probably.
from there and it looked incredible. So
So you look forward to
I'm
playing?
very excited about playing that festival.
How's the throat going? Not good.
You need your beaches.
Have you found differences in playing for a British audience and a European
It's
audience?
a lot taller over here, man.
Yeah.
So, for me,
Yeah.
and for, you know, watching shows, because we actually watched Unknown Mortal Orchestra yesterday, which was really cool, but I couldn't see a thing, you know.
Apparently, Holland is the tallest country in Europe.
The tallest.
Well, no,
If
tallest.
you put it
It's
on
a
its
very
side.
If you actually look at
It's
the
the
world
tallest.
from that perspective, Holland is very long.
Yeah, you go to gigs and it's you having to peek over. I didn't usually have to do that in England.
But as artists, do you notice a difference playing for them?
Well, it's just like the same with anywhere. I mean, because we established ourselves in England long
You move
before
up
we
a
did
bit.
in Europe. So in Europe now, it's very much sort of, it's kind of going backwards again. You're starting from the beginning. So I mean, the crowds in some ways are very reminiscent of what we had in England about 6-7 months ago. So it's quite nice in a way, you know, sort of redoing the small shows and sort of having the curiosity element to the crowds rather than just sort of, you know, having a show and everyone knows you're ready. It's having a show and no one has a clue.
You're still building,
Playing.
you know. You're building.
Maybe in a couple of years' time you could have a comparison, but now you can't because it's a completely different crowd.
Well, you say we're building. Is there something in particular you're building towards?
You have to wait and see.
Oh, good.
You'll have to wait.